Good afternoon. How are you doing? I hope everyone has had a great day so far. It is snowing here like crazy. I think we've had over a foot so far in like the last 24 hours and it's still coming down. So I don't know how much snow we're gonna have by the end of tomorrow because it's supposed to keep snowing tomorrow, but it's exciting. So today I'm working on part 2, which is to finish up the pencils and start inking this commission. So it is from my wait list. This man has been on my list for a couple years now. And he's been very patient and extremely kind in allowing me the time that I need to get around to it. Yikes. But I am going to hopefully be turning this over at New York Comic Con. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully get some more of these wrapped up. So I've made some progress this year on my wait list. Woohoo! And right now I'm working on refining her hands and finishing up the web detail on her outfit, because the request for this one was to have Mary Jane in Spidey's standard blue and red outfit. So that's what I'm working on. And I've got her reclining in the web. It was a little bit tricky for me to figure out how to fit her with the title on this piece of paper that I was given to work on. So this is not my paper. This paper was given to me by the man who this commission is for. So I'm working on trying to get her to fit as a full body with the title. Because when you're working on an actual comic book cover, which is what I normally do, you can kind of work around the title, like you keep it in mind, but the title can move. It can get put in a bunch of different places. So, or some of the title can get cut off and the head goes in front of it, the way they do on magazines, for instance. So with this one, though, it's printed on the paper, so there's not a ton of leeway for me. I can't really fudge it a ton with this, but thankfully this particular pose has worked, and that took a while to figure out. I think I've gone through like 3 or 4 poses where I felt that it didn't fill the space as nicely as I was hoping to with the title. So I've had to work around it a little bit. But the rough sketch is in, and now I just am trying to get it to a position or to a point where I can put away my pencils and start inking. And then I really want to have this colored and ready to go before I leave Tuesday night. So I'm kind of taking a pause on normal work to get this one done and to pack for New York. So I've been like signing and bagging and boarding today with all the different comic books that I'm traveling with, and you know, working all of that stuff out, and hopefully trying to get ready to go. New York is kind of a big show. For anyone who hasn't been there before, New York is a very large show. It runs for 4 days, 4 full days. So it's, I think, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just below San Diego as far as size. At one point I heard it surpassed San Diego as far as size, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not gonna, don't quote me on that. You're all packed and ready to go? Damn it, I am not. You know what, Wayne? I highly suspect that we're on the same flight into New York. I'm starting to think that we are. So I'll be looking for you with bleary eyes, because I'm taking the red eye from Calgary to Montreal, and then Montreal to New York. But yeah, I'm hopefully gonna have all the comic books that I'm traveling with bagged and boarded by this evening, but you know, we'll see. Most likely not. Anyway, time to start working on this. You know, I have Pretzel running, but it's not, like, music isn't showing up here on Twitch. So I think while I did make a solid attempt at dusting off all of my apps to work on Twitch, the music doesn't seem to be patching in, which is really weird. Oh, you're so sweet, Mark. It's so good to see you here. I'm sorry that I have been so very terrible with my live streaming, but I'm back. I'm back. And now I will be working on interior pages with you guys and just getting Twitch rolling again. It's been shameful. So much tisk at me for not streaming as much as I would have liked to. But, you know, it'll be worth it because I feel that the Divinica pages are really set up well, and I was able to do the focused think work that was needed. And also I spent a lot of time over the last, over September really, on the phone with JP Roth or over Skype, and we really worked out and hashed out all the details of Divinica, and we've built a world. And not just one world, but like 12. And, you know, set up new characters and, you know, figured out we even know the end of Divinica. We know the end. The whole thing is mapped out and plotted. And that is pretty fucking amazing, if I may say so myself. So I am mad excited about Divinica, and I've got enough now to work with that if there's any things that I need to think work with, I can do them on the times that I'm not live streaming and still retain the live stream times for work that I've got ready and, you know, doesn't require a quick phone call to JP Roth, who's the writer of the story, to make sure I'm doing it right, all those things, you know, the stuff that's been worked out now I can live stream with. So it's gonna be cool. It really is, and I am so excited about this series. And issue 5 is just turning the whole thing on its head, and it's really, really awesome. All right, so I did some of the rough placement of the locks of her hair, but now I really need to refine it all. And I get really bored drawing hair, so I may not stick to it all in one shot. Ottawa to Toronto and then Toronto to New York. Oh, so we won't be flying in at the same time. So New York Comic Con is bigger than San Diego, but with 1/3 less space. So be ready for the lack of personal space. Oh, I'm ready, believe me. But New York does give more space to the artists. So there is that. And like for my table, I get 6 feet of space. For San Diego, I get 4. So New York does allocate more room to the artists, which is really awesome of them. But I can't wait until the Javits Center's, whatever it's called, renovations are done so that we actually get our spot back. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get the old artist alley back as it was. Maybe it's gonna be different, but there will be more room soon, hopefully. Snow, hello! Welcome to the stream today. I'm so glad you could make it. And I've been meaning to post on your shoes. We're twinsies. I love it. Hello, Sheldon. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad you could make it today. Yours are metal. So cool. All right, now I realized that I drew her fingers too long and her palms too small, so I'm changing a few things on her hand now. to make it work correctly. Like that needs to be a little bit longer. Anyway, I'm working on it. And then this hand I haven't even drawn yet. It just looks like a weird paw. But I had drawn her arm too short, so I'm trying to fix that now. And then once I'm done with all of this, I'm just gonna darken the entire background and do the webbing as white. And Snow brought me this back from Japan, and this one is perfect. Thank you so much. I'm so happy with this. Rogerio, hello. So I'm gonna be using this for all the web, and I'm not going to, I mean, I may ink it just so I can see it, but then I'm gonna be covering the entire background really dark and then just put the white on top for the web. Hello, Stone Curva. Peyton, hello. Yes, snow in Calgary. We're, I'd say, surpassing a foot of snow now. We have about twice as much as the picture that I posted this morning about the autumn snow / me three-way. Juan, hello. You met me at the comic conference. Which one, in Edmonton? Gabriel, hi. Yeah, but we always seem to get some massive snow dump in September, but it'll melt. You know, the snow doesn't really, in my opinion, the snow doesn't stick here until October. So we've got a little bit more time before it's going to be, you know, the snow's going to be here through till May. To Artist Life, hello. Yes, the Edmonton one. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me here. So I gave her soles on her feet. I think that was incorrect. They, when I looked at a few more images of Spidey suits, it looks like they're pretty much just glorified socks. Yes, Peyton, as far as hair goes, I'll be working on that shortly, and I can show you my general way of doing hair. Though hair, I think, maybe for some people it's really fun and easy. I personally find hair a little bit tedious and annoying. You know, just putting that out there. But putting in the time and tedious nuisance that it is to work on hair is worth it, because that's something that, you know, people definitely notice. So even though I actually quite despise drawing hair, it's worth the effort that's put in to get it done in a pretty way. If you're doing a character where they have a lot of hair, you know, drawing someone without tons of hair is actually really fun too, because you don't have to worry about it. But hair does bring in that luscious drama. So I'm kind of going for a, I don't know, almost like a Hollywood glam style hair for Mary Jane in this picture. I'm giving her some of those big curls, you know, quasi Barbie look, and it definitely helps. If you're trying to go for more of a sultry situation, being able to have that hair to work with really helps in getting across what you're trying to do. Or in a character that they've got, you know, all this spandex, it's not gonna, there's not really much you can do to bring in movement to the piece when the spandex suit isn't gonna blow in the wind like a cape, but the hair sure can. So you can use hair to bring in that drama and movement that you wouldn't necessarily be able to have with certain outfits in comic characters. Oh, you're awesome, Wayne. MJ must have a... Yes, she should. I bet you she does, Gabriel. That is true, Snow. I took some pictures of Dan. He tried all of them. Every single type of Kit Kat. All right, so with hair, what I do... Well, I hadn't even given you an answer yet, Peyton. Here is the answer. With hair, what I do is I will start by just doing really rough sketch. You know, throwing my lines just anywhere and everywhere. If I know that in this case, I want her hair kind of laying out on the web. For a character where it's blowing in the wind, for instance, you know, you think of that at the beginning. Okay, where do I want the wind to be? Where do I want this character's hair to go? And in this case, she's laying down, so I want it all kind of going around her and sticking into the web behind her. So you have to think about that first. It's kind of like you need to think about the lighting before you go to shade or color something. You want to know where the light source is. It's generally the same kind of concept. So I, as you can see here, just did little rough scribbles. And so I'm going to actually be refining some of my scribbles here. And the whole point here is to keep your lines really, really loose. You don't want to start trying to refine it right now because then it's going to look stiff. And that's something that I'm always trying to work on in my art, is that it doesn't look stiff, that it's got some movement, some flow to it. So you're just trying to throw down some curls here and there, a few little bits of hair, wherever you think it might look nice, and it fills in the space without looking too symmetrical, because that's something you want to really watch out for in hair, is that you don't end up with like 3 locks of hair that are all going exactly the same direction. And I catch myself doing it all the time because your hand naturally goes in certain ways. So you want to try to, if you notice that you have two locks of hair going like this and they're both going flip up like that, take one in the back and turn it and have it going the opposite direction. Just so that it looks different and it doesn't look too evenly placed and overthought, because it's really easy to overthink how you're placing the hair, and that shoots you in the foot, boom, because it starts looking stiff and too overly planned. So you have to plan to not overly plan. The way that I managed to get my excessively overthinking self to not do that is by scribbling. So scribble hard and lightly, and then go back in and refine. So like here, all around here is really scribbled, and then here I'm working on refining it and making sure it's complete. Thank you so much, Mr. E. Hello, River. Is Kylie here? Kylie, hello, sweetheart. It's so good to see you. Whoop, whoop. The gang is back. Is Kara here? Showing long, glowing, wonderful, beautiful hair. Devin, welcome to the stream. Yeah, hair is not extremely fun, so I hear you on that one. I don't enjoy it, like I said. She's not here. Oh well. All right, I'm just gonna zoom in here because I'm working on the hair. And like I told you all yesterday, hair takes me the longest. I find it to be somewhat annoying to work on. But when you put in the time that hair requires, which it really does, it's worth it. You'll feel very happy with the complete product, or the completed product, once you're done, and it's worth putting in that extra time because it really is a supporting character. She's still stuck in the tunnels. Yeah. Hello, Atomic Tizzle. Thank you for caring. And then sometimes what I do, and I don't do this always, but I try to think of hair a little bit like ribbons. So I'm curling this one and almost thinking of the hair as a flat surface. Artist Christina, thank you so much for the follow. Think of it like, you know, a flat element that's bending, you know? So you, I've got it coming towards us here, folding backward, and then you're seeing the underside of the curl. And those things also help to just kind of break up the space and make it look a little bit better, a little bit more like it's got multiple dimensions to it. So I've got sort of a lock of hair coming up above her hand and another one coming under her thumb, and then they're joining together on her wrist here. At least that's what I've got right now. Sometimes I change my mind and erase it. Oh, hello, Quartz 3. Zombie, hello. So now I just want to join them together in a way that looks nice, because actually the whole joining idea hadn't really come to mind yet, so I'm going to make it look a little bit more uniform and actually a little bit more natural. So I'm going to do a little switcheroo here. Folding down like this, going under her thumb. So I'm sort of thinking about it right now as like a current of water or something, so that I have that understanding of what it is I'm trying to accomplish here. So the hair would come around and over. If in the end I think this looks stupid, I'll just erase it. So it just, you know, it takes a little while of working on it, really giving it, you know, putting it to a little bit of an acid test of your own eye, and like if it looks good. And if it doesn't, then, you know, be willing to just let it go. And that's something that I need to work on too, is, you know, sometimes you'll look at something and it seems like such a good idea in your head, and then when it's drawn out, you're like, well, you know, yeah, it took me a long time to work on it, but it doesn't look good. So be willing to just cut shit out when it's not looking right. I use a 0.3 millimeter pencil. It is my favorite. I will do my rough sketches with a 0.9, but then I always switch to a 0.3. If you want to know more about the brand that I use, Mr. E just got the tools thing there. Scroll down and you can see my list, or you can go to my website and I have, you know, the actual names of everything that I work with, so that if you want to get it, you can. This pencil costs $6, so it's nothing fancy. It's just, I love it. Oh, you're awesome, Devin. Yeah, I'm fancy. I'm so fancy. So guys, Snow was the one who went and I, you know how I posted and said that I was going through my Copics to see what kind of refills I needed, because here in North America, a lot of the refills that I need for Copic are out of stock. And on the art stores that I use that are like my staple, if all else fails, they'll have it. Like Blick Art is sold out of the red refill that you guys know. When I'm working on Lady Death or something like that, I go through red Copic refills like nobody's business. And they're out, and they have no notice on when they're going to be getting them back. So Snow was in Japan and picked up some art supplies for me. And it was literally the most fun experience, because I'm sitting in bed and he's in downtown Tokyo at the art store just sending me pictures, and I would circle which things I wanted and send the picture back, and Snow would go and add it into the shopping cart for me. Snow, it was so much fun. Oh yes, and cat butts. I've got to show you guys. Oh, I hope I have some. They're downstairs in my other art supply box. I have Post-its from Snow that are cat butts. And I'm using them everywhere. It's so much fun. But anyway, Snow, thank you so much. And he also picked up many things that I didn't even ask for, and Japanese candy, and the most amazing duster brush ever. This is feathers. So I have to keep it away from Sherlock because he loves to lick feathers. I have no idea why, but he will just lick this thing to death, and then everything will have stinky, fishy cat breath all over it. So I have to hide this from Sherlock, but it's amazing. Saikwu, thank you so much for the follow. So anyway, it was the coolest experience to be shopping in Japan while sitting in my bed. Yeah, the snow is still coming down, Mr. E. It is, now we have, I think, over a foot outside. So at least double what I posted this morning on Instagram. So anyway, I have enough Copic markers to last me through next year, and that's what I desperately needed, and I'm so grateful to Snow. It was so awesome. Yeah, and it's still snowing like crazy, so it's gonna be a lot. And we, none of us have put our winter tires on yet. I have all season tires, and my car is a 4-wheel drive, so I think Dan's gonna take my car tomorrow because he's got a little tiny car, and it is gonna be sliding all over the place, and I would very much like Dan to stay safe, so we're gonna switch. Since I go nowhere, I sit on my butt. Well, it was what I needed, Snow, and I'm so grateful. You'll soon have a foot of snow? Yep. Yours were scheduled for next Friday. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Dan's gonna switch his probably like on Monday or something. Oh yes, Gabriel. It is very difficult right now to not start decorating. We were even talking this morning that we're gonna have a pretend Christmas day today, just because. Okay, villain. Oh, Villainiquity. That's a great name. Anti-hero rogue or something like that. Thank you so much for the follow. Yes, and we'll play Christmas music, and I put on my Christmas socks. And we're just gonna pretend. Hello, Kenny. Welcome to the stream today. thank you so much, Villain. Well, I made brownies and I used box mix, Gabriel. Don't be mad. Yes, I opened her eyes, but just a tiny bit more. I still want her to have the like sultry Marilyn Monroe kind of look. So I opened them a little bit, but not too much, because otherwise then it changes the whole look that I'm going for. Oh, Keeman, welcome to the stream. It's going good. Gabriel, they were delicious. Don't hate. Nice, True Deadman. It's going to be awesome. Exactly. Thank you, Keyman. That is much appreciated. So I've just got one tiny little lock of hair coming down here, but the rest is going right here. And the reason why I'm doing that is I do want to show her neck. I don't want her neck to completely disappear. Oh, thank you so much, artist Christina. I appreciate you joining in. All right, let's see how this curl goes. I do want it to look like it's got some gravity, so I can't let it just kind of be floating there. So I'm gonna wait on that one and see how I feel about it in a minute. True. I will try my best, Atomic Tizzle. Hello, Shekara. Oh, okay, Christina. I get it. Pull my cord. Thank you for the follow. And if you have more questions, Christina, just definitely feel free to come here, because sometimes I do miss messages. Especially if I'm traveling, I'll see it, but then I'm like at a con and I'll see it, and then someone will come up, and of course it's super rude to be on your phone, so I like put my phone down, and then it seems like I'm ignoring you because it says I saw it, and then you never get an answer. So I run into that risk constantly. Or even at home, you know, I'm on my phone, but I'm cooking dinner at the same time, don't have time to answer, see it, forget about it. So if you ever have any more art questions, Twitch is the best place to get me. Oh, that's awesome, Shakara. I don't think anyone here in Calgary is loving it too much. You know how that is? No, not DM, just ask me here. I won't see your messenger. I don't really do the like Twitch whisper thing. Then it's another place for me to miss messages. And if I'm not following you on Instagram, I won't see your message there either. So either message me on my art page on Facebook, or the best thing to do is to ask here in Twitch if you have any questions. Yes, Villainiquity, I am from Calgary. You get it? Oh, thank you for understanding, Christina. Hello, White Cat. Mr. Sherlock is doing fantastic. He is, what was I gonna say? His fur coat is now coming back in for the winter coat. So like in the summertime, of course, he sheds a lot more, but then he's getting his winter coat back. So he's looking very fluffy and awesome. Sorry, Mr. E. Oh, that's funny, Gabriel. And now I think I get it, like 10 minutes late. Mark, you were talking about whispering at snow, right? Not at me. Lol. Sorry. Well then, Kenny, you are more of a Calgarian than I am because I was born in Melbourne, Australia. I have only, I call myself from Calgary, which, you know, is true. I've made Calgary my home, but I've only lived here for 8 years. And yes, it's very sad that I was born in Melbourne, Australia, and I have no amazing accent. Oh, and one thing that I do a lot, just since I'm working on it right now, is I'll do one lock of hair going kind of in front and another little bump behind it. It just makes the curl look like it has a little bit more depth. Okay, and this curl is joining onto her turtleneck right here to perfectly, you know, and I can't remember what those are called, conjoining lines or something like that, and that's something that you try to avoid in art. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. Split ends, we've got you. Yeah. Okay, let's make sure the hands are about the same size. They are not. Damn it. I just need to make the middle finger a little bit longer, this finger a little bit longer, and the pinky ever so slightly longer. Not very much though. Anthony, hello! It's called laziness, Snow. No, this is not an official cover. This is a commission. I don't know how the man who got this paper got this paper. I was given this paper to do the commission on. Basically, think about it like an oversized blank, but I don't know how this paper was gotten. It's not an official cover. When doing an official cover, you don't work with the title. Oh, I don't know why it's going slow. But anyway, yeah, this is not an official cover. This is a commission. I currently have not done any work for Marvel yet. I've done work for many other companies. I haven't done any work for Archie's Comics either, but I've done I've done work for almost everybody else. But yeah, I don't want to be falsely seeming like I'm doing a Marvel cover. I'm not. They sell full-size sheets like this, Devin? Like 11 by 17 paper with the title, like a blank. I've never seen it except for this one time. Yeah, fingers crossed yet, right, Sheldon? Oh, interesting. They aren't official, just random vendors. Okay, so then that must be how the guy that I'm doing this commission for got this. So it's not official, but it's essentially a 11 by 17 blank. Marvel has to get in line on the commission list. Lol, Gabriel. One of these days I'm gonna get through my commission list, so help me God. I will, Topic Tizzle. You know, the times that I don't breathe is when I'm inking, and I'll just literally stop breathing. Okay, here's a question for all of you guys. I'm looking for recommendations on inking pens, and I have many inking pens, so hopefully it's one that I already have. Hello, Central Park! So I probably already have a pen that works for it, but since I've never really done this before, I'm just curious if any of you have already tried. Do you know which pens are the best type for, oh, I missed whoever that was that just followed me. Thank you so much for the follow. All right, back to my question. What I'm trying to find is a good inking pen to use with watercolor. So on watercolor paper, inked and then colored. I'm on the fence whether I'm going to be inking Divinica or not, but if I'm gonna ink Divinica, I would like to know a pen that's not gonna cause me smearing and bleeding issues. I'm well covered when it comes to Copic markers. Really, Copic multiliners work for that as well. Central Park Gamer, you were just Central Park before, right? Same person? You were PSN Central Park. Okay, all right. Yay. You use Tombow brush pens. Okay, that's good. Okay, Christina says the Copic multiliners. Okay. All right, I'll give them a shot, but it's wonderful to hear that I hopefully don't have to like buy a whole new set of pens, because I'm already like gonna be spending an aggressive amount of money on my watercolors, so I confessed all that to you guys yesterday. It's gonna be intense. You've used Copic liners with watercolor. Okay, that's fantastic to hear. Oh yes, Snow has my back for sure. Oh, and it's true, and Snow does inking and watercolor. More pens means more pencil cases. True. Hello, Benino. Snow, what about those other pens that you sent me? They're in my drawer here, I think. The ones that are just with the Japanese writing on them. Let me see if I've got some here. Okay, so I have the Tombow brush pens. These ones. Snow, do you use these with watercolor? No. Don't use these? I'm waiting for Snow. They super bleed. Okay, that's good to know. What about the Tombow brush pen? This guy. Do you have this one, Snow? You use the deleter pen. I don't think I have that. I have this Copic pen. The Copic Gassen Funde, but I don't care for this pen. Same thing as a Copic multiliner. Okay. Bleeding Nightmare. Thank you guys. This is extremely helpful. Kenny, you know what? I'm gonna have to go look. I'm not sure. I'm sorry about that. There's the white one I showed you I bought for myself. Same thing as a multiliner. Okay, well, I've got tons of multiliners, tons of refills. Thank you, Snow. So I'm good then. Ugh, hair. Such a pain in the butt. Much nuisance. Says the girl who has, yeah, I know. But I'm not making myself draw my hair. Oh, lol, Mr. E. No, I said it's a pain in the butt. Oh, okay, you use the deleter brand because it's pretty much what all manga artists use. Interesting. My boatload of Copics. Yes, Atomic Chisel. I've got a pretty aggressively massive stash. It's a problem though, because, you know, Copic is not, I don't really know what's going on, but like a lot of stores aren't really carrying a ton of it anymore. So yes, I did. I have them out ready to pack to come with me to New York. My Deadpool hair sticks, yes. Though I think my hair has reached a point, just to kind of, you know, break out of art a little bit and go to girl vanity. I think my hair is about as long as I want it to be. I'm gonna start cutting it and not allowing it to get any longer. It's at the point that like I get stuck on it. I'm sitting on it. I can't like get up easily from bed because I'm tangled in it. It's not fun. Blame it on the digital artists for the decrease in pens. You almost sit on your hair too. Yeah, I don't care for the microns. The reason why is I find that they bleed a lot with Copic markers. So while I love the nib, I think that the pens themselves are fantastic quality. I use them to write with in my notebook. I don't use them for art because they smear with Copic like a terrible. I will keep the rest of that to myself. The profanity, I'm trying to work on it. But yeah, they smear horribly. So at least the paper that I use, I can't use microns like at all. So I only use them for writing, or maybe if it's something that I know is never going to be colored, I'll use them, but otherwise they just smear like crazy. Yeah, exactly, Mystery. Right beside the Copic, they have a full lane of centrist and other drawing tables or tablets at the store. Oh my goodness. That store just sounds like the best thing in the world. Shan Ray, thank you so much for the follow. 2 lanes of pencil cases. I know. It's intense. Oh, Snow, Vienna took the Sherlock pencil case from me. She really wanted it. Yeah. Have I? Yes, I've heard of Inktober. A few list Copics, one or two shitty starter sets, everything else is out. Yeah, exactly. So I'm so grateful to Snow for getting me what he did, and then I guess eventually I'm going to switch to another brand once I use up all my stuff. Oh, I love the feel of that plastic texture, Snow. I think it's amazing. It does, it's a little bit like a lint magnet though. So like, it picks up everything from Vienna's backpack. If you have a dance with Lady Death, do you die at the end? I think that's a question for Brian Polito. I guess it depends on if you deserve it or not. Oh my god. That sounds amazing, Kylie. Oh, okay. Thank you for hanging out, Mark. Have a good week. She has bangs, and I keep forgetting that, and I'm giving her really long hair, so I need to get some bangs going on in here. Will I be doing another book? What do you mean, White Cat? Alright, sorry guys, this is kind of bugging me. An art book. Eventually, I do an art book pretty much once every other year. So I'm gonna do another art book. What was this year? Okay, so this year is 2019, so I'll probably do my next art book in 2021. You have all 3 of my books. Aw, thank you so much, White Cat. I'm going to be working on Divinica this coming year, so pretty much all of my artistic energies will be going to filling comic books, as opposed to comic book covers, right? So, yeah, exactly. Hello, Babylon Paladin. Yes, so I will be working on interiors most of next year. And then, so any kind of art books that will be coming out will be comic book trades. Eventually, there's going to be a Divinica calendar. So that's going to be taking the majority of my artistic efforts in 2020. And then in 2021, I'll have another new art book. Thank you so much, Keeman. Okay, so this is where her head is. Anything beyond that, it should actually be going down and dipping. And that's something that I did not take into account, is that it needs to dip down from her head. Fail. This is why I don't like drawing hair. Used to put pencils, my job killed my creative spirit. Oh, I'm so sorry, Babylon. Weep. Thank you, Snow. Any thoughts on the best online store platform? Okay, I started out with Etsy, and I think that that's a good one to get going with. It helps you work out some of your, your shipping and packaging and all of those things. It gives you a little bit more time to get a lot of that figured out. So I had Etsy for about a year or two before I moved into an actual website. I'm kind of, this is going to sound really bad, but I'm almost the worst person to ask when it comes to questions about websites, because I don't really have to do much. I am married to a web developer, manager, designer, all things web guy. So, I'm a little bit spoiled when it comes to that, and it's so I'm not very helpful because honestly I don't really know a ton. I see, Kylie, I kept everything that I had in stock in my art room. So, that is something that you would need to talk to the printers about and figure out what kind of websites they plug in with. So if you're thinking about Ready Comics, for instance, you'd need to write Ready Comics and ask them what sort of back end that they will work with, because then they would get a notification at the same time as you do and stuff like that. And I haven't really worked up with that, so I don't know. Thank you, Keeman. That is so very kind of you and much appreciated. Yeah. So find out from them what they prefer, and then you can kind of build it around that if you're going with them, or however you're going to work it. But yes, before Dan kind of helped me with the website and all of that, I did have a Etsy store, and it was great for helping me iron out some of my kinks as far as, how am I even going to package these? How do you ship a print? How do you ship original art? I was able to kind of work through it in a smaller platform before working on an actual website. Yeah. It really is, Kylie. I'm so sorry. But if it makes you feel any better, I heard that shipping from Australia to North America is not that much more expensive than shipping, because you guys have from Australia out, you have actually pretty decent shipping rates from what I've heard. It's from everywhere else in that costs a lot more. And so sometimes I've heard of rates from Australia to here that cost the same as it does from Canada to the US. Oh yeah, Kylie, I know. Dan's a difficult one to get a hold of. I'm not happy with this. Ugh. $25 to $35, yeah. That's rough. Dan liked the wasabi ones. For me, one of them, Snow, tasted like it was seaweed. And that one you didn't mark what it was, and I think it was like seaweed Kit Kat. That one I didn't care for very much. Yeah, it was like a dark green pack. I don't know what that was. No, are you sure they were dark? I've had the green tea Kit Kats before. This was very different tasting. They're horrible also. Oh, I didn't try the banana one. I really liked all the little like gummy candies, and you were so right. Those little yellow, they look like lifesavers. Those were so good. I did steal them all and put them in my purse. I was like, Mommy's keeping these. They were so good. The Asahi Blue Mints yet. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to go look. I put everything in like a big bowl and we're just all snacking on them. Oh, are they the like chewy ones, Snow? If so, I think I ate them all. Oh no, those ones are still packed up. I haven't opened those ones yet. We're always talking about food, villain. No matter how much I try to avoid it, the topic of conversation always goes back. But it's also because Snow sent me a bunch of Japanese candies, so that's what we're talking about. We really do. I don't know what our problem is. Right? All right, I've got to give the hair a break for a little while. It's starting to drive me crazy. So now I'm going to get the Spidey outfit and make sure I'm getting this right. Okay. So the hands. You're such a sweetheart, Snow. Thank you. Who is my favorite heroine? That's a good question. I think I'm gonna have to say Divinica. And she's not even out yet for you guys to see why I feel that way. But once you read through the series, you'll understand. They had jalapeno gum. Oh, really? I really like that one. I didn't realize it was jalapeno, though. Slow roasted pork roast with homemade apple jam, potatoes, carrots, broccoli for dinner here with homemade apple crisp a la mode. Nice. That sounds so good. Okay, Atomic Tizzle. Yes. And I will, when I get back from New York Comic Con, I will be doing lots of Divinica work on live stream. So you guys can see the entire process of creating a comic book issue. Okay, now the webbing changes direction to be this way. And then I need to get the spider on here. And I'll show you guys a little sneaky trick I did to get the spider correct. Your dinner sounds amazing, Mr. E. I'm gonna thin out her neck a little bit. No, actually, Sheldon, I'm kind of taking a break from variant covers until I'm able to get through Divinica quite a bit. I do have a couple that are pre-reserved, but I'm not accepting new cover work right now so that I can really focus on the interiors. So, yeah, for the most part, no, I'm not going to be doing cover work while I'm working on the interiors, just so that I can focus. Cover work, even though it's faster than doing interiors, and you know, it's usually just one page, and interiors is many pages, it still takes me off course a little bit, and it splits my focus. So for the most part, I won't be doing variant covers while I'm working on Divinica interiors. Silver Zen, I am wearing a, it's covered in lint, but I'm wearing a Lululemon running sleeve. And I buy whatever thumb hole fingerless sleeves I can find because they protect the paper. So while I'm working, my hand isn't actually touching the paper. Especially when you're working with ink and with Copic marker, any form of skin oils can get on the paper. And even if you've washed your hands and your hands feel incredibly clean, there are still skin oils that your skin naturally has. And I don't like getting that on the paper. Oh, it's such an exciting project. I won't forget to pack pants. They're already there, Wayne, ready to go so that I don't forget. Exactly, Silver Zen. So that's why I use this. And sometimes I'll even put a piece of paper down as well. Yeah, I mean, it's Divinica is such an exciting project, and I really want to dedicate the time to giving it the amount of thought that it needs. But of course, it's always scary to not be taking cover work, you know, or to be like, I'm really sorry, I'm not available right now. It's terrifying, but. I do need to plow through the pages, so I'm very excited though, and this project is just it's going to be so amazing, and I think you guys are really going to like it. Actually, I know you will. Oh, that's good, Silver Zen. Definitely get that checked. All right, see you later, Snow. All the best with your pages. All right, time to start inking. Whoop, whoop. All right, so I'm going to be using the Copic multi-liners, and I'm going to start with the 0.2. Jeff, thank you so much for the host. Hey, Adam. So I really like the Copic multi-liners these days. The reason being that I find that when I'm working with Copic markers, these ones don't they don't bleed as much. So that's why I've really taken to using the multi-liners as my primary inking pen when I'm gonna be doing Copic on top of it. And all I've got to say is that I really hope this paper is good for Copic because I've never used it before. Sorry about your internet. For anybody new that's on here or anyone that is watching along but hasn't asked me any questions, thank you so much for being here. My name is McTeigue, and I generally am a cover artist, but I also co-create and draw a comic book series called Divinica with J.P. Roth, and it's published by Rothic. And that's what I'm working on as far as work goes these days, is I'm working on the interiors. And so now that the story and the pages have been plotted out, I'll be doing live streams of the interior art process. And I am right now working on a commission from my waitlist. So this one is a commission of Mary Jane, and I'm shooting to try to have her done before I leave for New York Comic Con next week on Tuesday. Hello, Jean Balloon. Hello, UGG Productions. Thank you. So yeah, the Divinica series that I work on is all about goddesses, and each issue focuses on a goddess, and we're going from all different pantheons of mythology. So it's a very global book, and that's something I'm really excited about because I get to learn about new culture's history. I get to draw different styles and try to infuse that into the artwork. And I am drawing, inking, and coloring all the interiors. And the interiors are colored by hand in order to give it that more textured and ancient look, which we feel will mix a lot better with the more historical style stories that we are telling with the series, right? And I'm going to be working on, well, I am working on issue 5 right now. And there is a huge story twist happening in issue 5, and it's extremely exciting. We're going to be introducing the main character of the series, and her name is Divinica. And what she does, who she is, and how she takes part in the story of all the goddesses is something that I'm not going to spill the beans on. Zip the lip on me. So it's so cool, and how she ties in with all the different goddesses and everything is just, it's mind-blowing, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So I'll be working on the rest of the process via live stream. So that's the final draw, the inks, some of the sketches, some of the concept art even I'm gonna be doing live. Yes. I won't. Thank you, Mr. E. So anyway, probably for the most part, if you've seen my work before, you've seen me do cover work. I do a lot of covers for different companies. I just recently finished a cover for the Battle Fairies that someone brought up. And I will be doing... No, and I have done covers for White Widow. I do covers for Zenoscope's Grim Fairy Tales. I've also done some variant covers for DC Comics. So I just recently had a Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy issue 1 cover come out. And I do traditional drawing and inking and coloring, but then I also do digital coloring when needed. And when I have time to do it. Was this planned, or are you girls professionally winging it? Oh, with Divinica? Part of it was. How long have I been drawing this? I started it yesterday. Now, granted, it's the weekend, and I am definitely weekending it because last weekend I was at Edmonton Expo, so I'm working on the weekend, and then next weekend I am going to be at New York Comic Con. So I did take it a little bit easy this weekend. Had a little personal spa time. Needed to dye mine hair. I am attempting to snatch more dollars. Yes, Gabriel, I shall snatch them all. I'm trying to be worthy of snatching them. Let's put it that way. So, and I think that I know I need to stop using such like defensive wording of like, I think you guys are going to like it. I hope you like it, because you know what? I am putting in so much work, and you guys are going to see the amount of work that's going into Divinica, and I think I did it again. I know you're going to love it. It's going to be amazing. And for anyone who is interested in more of my work, you can find it on my website. So someone just put, thank you, Mr. E, for doing print of the month. I always have a special print every month. And a new print is going to be dropping on Tuesday. Whoop, whoop. And also I have an email list. I don't really do the Twitch subscriptions, but I do have an email list. It's free to subscribe, and that's where I will keep you updated on my work and what's happening. So if you're interested in what stuff is like in the life of a comic book artist, definitely subscribe to my email list. Oh, see you soon, Wayne. Have a good one. Hello, Stever. Oh, thank you so much for following UGG Productions. You are awesome. Hulinator, long time no see. You have been meeting people in scary places for the hard to get covers. Oh my goodness, the back alley cover grab, huh? Sorry, Juan. Hello, Philip. Or the developer dropped the ball. Could be 60 days. I'm so sorry, Stever. How's it going with your new house, though? All right, I'm moving this down a little further because I'm going to be working on her feet. Kara, hello. Moving stuff in, unpacking, organizing. Sorry, Steve, but I'm so glad that you're moving in. That must be so exciting. It's exciting and eerily quiet with no Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm gonna switch to 0.3 for this part. It's kind of just wasting time that I'm, let me see, 0.3, yeah, there we go. looking at print on demand distribution options. US case ready. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kylie. Definitely look into ready first. Now we have the twins here. Yay! Hello, Painted Dreams. Thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, Huanator. I drew a layout on just a little piece of printer paper, and then I transferred that onto a bigger piece of paper and kind of worked out some of the rough sketch digitally. I don't always, but this time I did. And then I print that out and transfer it with a light box onto the actual board. And it just saves the paper, really, because this is the original that is going to go to the person who commissioned this. And so I don't want to have a bunch of like ghost pencil lines and everything everywhere. It just keeps it cleaner to work that way. In Arizona, it's about the same time as here, right? So it's 6 p.m. Oh, it's 5 p.m. All right. I don't think Tom is here right now. I think he's at the TwitchCon right now. Yes, I do, Huanator. What I do is I just have your regular printer that I got at Staples. So I don't have a 11 by 17 printer, but I just spliced two 8.5 by 11 sheets together. Oh, nice, Kylie. Very fancy. Fabian, thank you so much for the follow. You know what? I think if it isn't, Devin, it should be. So I'll try to work that out. SJB95, thank you for the follow. Because, yeah, it would be so great if it was in digital format. I'll talk to JP Roth about it and see what's up with that. Yeah, I'll work on trying to get that done. I want to read the stories in my books, but I don't want to devalue or harm them. Yeah, I hear you. I feel the same way sometimes when I get like a rare book. I don't want to crack it open. Yeah, I hear you. I 100% will ask. Oh, is the music playing? OG waifu, thank you. I wasn't sure that the music was actually working, so that's encouraging. Yeah, well, I'll try to work that out. I'll talk with JP Roth about it. Oh, thank you so much, Huanator. You're awesome, Huanator. Until no lending comics to Kara. When he has how much Kickstarter starting in October. Wow. Borrow someone else's. What was something you wish you knew or they told you before becoming a regular artist at Artist Alleys? Huh. That is a very interesting question. I'm going to have to think about that one because nothing is coming to mind. Are you going to be exhibiting for the first time Painted Dreams? Nice, Juan Solo. Kim Z1, thank you so much for the follow. You want to though. Okay. Well, I don't think that there was anything that I wish people had told me that they didn't tell me. I think it's just mostly some of the things that I've kind of learned along the way from being an Artist Alley as often as I have is it's really important to come prepared. With things that you wouldn't even think of, but they're so handy to have. Like, come prepared with business cards. Come prepared with Post-it notes and black Sharpie markers, even though you usually sign comic books with gold or a colored Sharpie marker, something metallic usually. Come with a black Sharpie marker. Always have some tape. Bring a little pack of wet wipes because when you spill Copic ink everywhere, you want to be able to clean your hands and you can't always be running with like hands covered in ink to a washroom. Always have some hand sanitizer. Stuff like that you don't really think about because they're things that you always have available when you're drawing in your house, but they are things that, you're essentially drawing in a building without any of those things provided for you. So those are just things that I always tell first-time exhibiting artists to remember to bring. Always bring stuff like that. Have some extra art paper just in case, the piece you're working on gets damaged, or you get an extra commission that you weren't planning on. Always come prepared with those things, because those are the things that are so easy to forget, but they're the stuff you really can't do without. Yeah, so sometime I want to do like a beginner's list of supplies you should always have at a comic book convention. If you're going to be a first-time exhibiting artist. Because there's stuff that if I forget to bring them, it's the worst. So now I actually have a little zipper art baggie. It's about the size of a letter piece of paper. So it's probably a little smaller. It's like an 8x10 little zipper plastic bag. And in that, I always have a little roll of Scotch tape, like a travel roll of Scotch tape. I have stuff like, I have a few things of Post-its in various sizes. I have a few extra markers in various sizes. I keep rubber bands in there, and I also travel with a bunch of these little guys. I don't know what they're called, but they're these little clip thingies because they can go down small. If you need to post something somewhere, you can use this if the sticky Post-it isn't retaining its stickiness anymore. Something like that, alligator clips. Thank you, Ugg Waifu. Oh, you said don't quote you on it. Whoops, sorry. So anyway, maybe what I'll do is I'll post a little like what's in my essentials bag for conventions. I always have a couple Band-Aids. Paper cuts bleed. Yeah, exactly. Triple the wages. So anyway, I'll post something like that because it's really handy to have. Also, a little pair of scissors. Not something that's going to freak out TSA. So I don't travel with these. I travel with my children's old craft scissors that look like they're for about a 2-year-old because my kids have all grown out of them. I now use them. They are painted green and they are alligator shaped. Or at least they're alligator patterned. I get made fun of for my scissors every show that I'm at, but at least I'm the only one that's got scissors. Yes, exactly. Oh, and here's another one that it's not something you would immediately think about, and maybe it's because I'm migraine prone, but always have some Tylenol. Conventions, you're standing all day, you're in, it can get a little stuffy, like there's not that much fresh air, and it's all very recycled air, and then a lot of times you can't drink that much water or you're having to run to pee all the time. So even finding time to stop and drink water at some conventions is a little bit difficult. So I do find that I myself and a number of other people that I've seen start getting headaches at conventions. So having a little, one of those little travel size thingies of Tylenol in your purse or in your art bag is extremely helpful for you. It'll just help you not have to kind of slug through a bit of like a headache for being, dehydrated or whatever. It's just good to have. I have a vending cart. No. But I do like to come prepared. So generally, not everybody says this or anything, but I am kind of like the person, well, if someone doesn't have it, go ask Dawn. Because I hate being unprepared. Oh, yeah. I don't travel light. So I'm doing these lines very thin because eventually at the end I want to do silver. So I've got metallic silver jelly roll. And I'm going to use that for all the webbing because that's how his suit actually is. It's a little bit metallic and it's raised. So I think that this silver jelly roll, if it's not completely dried out, because I haven't used it in like 2 years, then you'll, hopefully this will work. Everything plus the kitchen sink, pretty much. I'm also the lost and found, yeah. See you later, Christina. One is a little thin. I don't need it that thin. I'm gonna switch to 2. 02. You're welcome, Painted Dreams. I don't know if that was really answering your question, but I hope it helps in some way. And, you know, I'll try to make some little, like, the artist supply kit of what you should always have when you go to a convention. Because I've been asked from other people that are doing, like, their first convention, what should they do? So I should really just make a little list. Yes, it is like a huge first aid kit. I 100% Gabriel. I used my diaper bag mentality for art travel. 100%. It is like the mommy bag for art conventions. I even like went to the baby aisle and bought one of the diaper bag Ziploc things that you use for wet wipes when you're traveling with a baby, because they are thick plastic, but they're not hard plastic. And so you can travel with a pack of wet wipes and keep it in your art bag, and it's not going to get crushed or cracked, which the hard plastic ones do. Anyway, I could go on forever, but yes, I get a lot of the stuff that I use for traveling in my, you know, Artist Alley first aid kit is from the diaper bag section. 100%. Mom of 3 here, putting it to good use in art. Like to know what some things to carry, everything like prints and portfolios. Okay, well, I just use a roller carry-on suitcase for that. Next video, yes. I can do a what's in my bag. Yeah, exactly. All right, see you later, True Deadman. Good night. Well, I won't be signing up for C2E2 next year, Painted Dreams, but I will be hopefully going back in 2021. Oh, thank you, Kylie. Yes, that's right, David. Thank you. I'm gonna look into it for sure. Thank you, the Huinator. This hair has given me no end of trouble. So I'm really encouraged that you guys think it looks good. It's true. Aw, you're so sweet, Devin. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on the coloring of her probably tomorrow, and I'll try to live stream again. Thank you so much, Mr. E. Have a good one. All right, left forearm incomplete. Yes, I haven't finished it yet. Yes, 3 in a row, Juan. I'm making up for lost time. This is what guilt looks like. Straight today, curly yesterday. Oh my God, that's awesome, Devin. I would so love it if my hair was different every day like that. So wouldn't have boredom issues. I get so bored of my hair. Pay 10 for the win. Thank you so much for the follow. Guilt is eating the whole bag of Skittles, yes. Thank you, David. All right, so I do need to complete the webbing on the inside of her hand. All right, I don't know how it works around the thumb, so one moment, please. What? There we go. Sorry guys, my computer hung for a second there. There we go. Yeah, hair is a little bit frustrating to work with. I will give you that. Yeah, I'm not sure, Devin. The plan for what I was drawing changed a couple times because I guess, you know, it took me a while to get to it. So at first it was supposed to be her in the wedding dress. But that was kind of when the wedding covers were coming out a lot. Of course, I didn't get it done in time. So then he had the suggestion of this one. So I don't know. But I'm really excited about it, so I am in no way complaining. Oh. Good suggestion, Kara. So Homeland season 7 I just noticed that it was out. Maybe it's been out for a while. Here in Canadian Netflix, and you know, I love and hate that show. It's riveting, but it's so stressful to watch because she's always doing something that she's really not supposed to, or it's dangerous, or she could get caught, or God knows what, but it stresses me out so bad to watch this show, and I still can't look away. So frustrating. I wish it was calmer. I have not seen The Boys. No. Homeland drove you crazy. Yeah. It was shot in Toronto? Oh, wow. Well, it's just so much stress. Oh. Thank you for the follow. All right, I need to look up The Boys. Is it something on Netflix? Amazon Prime. Ugh, I don't have that yet. Need more light. You get a free 1 month trial. Yeah, well, you know. I would need to, we are thinking about doing Amazon Prime or the Disney one when that comes here. Something. Need to turn this down a little bit. All right, I'm not gonna look up for a second so that I can focus on her lashes. I will catch up on any comments in just a minute. If someone's waiting on me for something, I'll get back to you soon. There we go. All right. Disney Plus still has no international release. Oh, bummer. November in Canada. Ah. Yeah, well, I'm definitely wanting that one. That's great. Hello, Lee. November 12th in the US and Canada, $7 US a month. So that's like $9. Disney Plus is November and about $8.99 a month. Yeah, so I figured nine Canadian a month. That's really not bad. Yeah, it really is a shut up and take my money. For sure. I can't wait. They must have only offered that 3-year thing to the US. Flux Streamer, thank you for the follow. Hello, Larry. 9 Canadian per month, or 90 per year. That's not bad. At least they're offering a year one. X Becky Boo. Okay, X Becky Boo, I get it. Hello, and thank you for the follow. Gidra, thank you so much for being here, and hello. Well put, Pat Draws. Oh, okay, you came from Domo's channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Becky Boo. So right now I am working on a commission. This is for someone who has been on my wait list for over 2 years now. Bless them and their amazing patience. But I am working on trying to hand it over to him for New York Comic Con. Fingers massively crossed. So right now I'm working on inking it. This stream has been dedicated to finalizing the pencils, hashtag I hate drawing hair, and now I'm working on inking. And so I'm hoping to finish the inking by the end of this stream, and then I will be doing the coloring on live stream tomorrow. Whoop whoop! And then I will be finished because I leave for New York Comic Con on Tuesday. So Tuesday night, my flight departs at 1:15 a.m. I am taking the red eye intentionally. So I'm hoping to have this done before I need to pack up and get ready to go. Comic Caper, thank you for the follow. For all the new people that have just joined, hello. If you don't know already from reading my Twitch channel, whatever, where it says my name is Don McTeigue. I'm not particular on how my name is pronounced, but if you want to pronounce it the way that I do, it is McTeigue. Pretend that all the other letters and consonants aren't there, and it's just M-C-T-E-G. So, I am a comic book artist. I'm a penciler by trade, but I also am starting to digitally color my own work, and traditionally. So I am very much into traditional art. I just am better at it. Digital is still kind of new and tweaks my brain a little bit. But I do digitally color my covers when I'm able to. Lately, I've been working as a cover artist, but I also co-create and draw a series called Divinica with J.P. Roth. It's published by Rothic, and it's written by J.P. Roth. And currently, I'm working on planning and sketching out the interiors for issue 5. And I am drawing, inking, and coloring the series that I work on traditionally. So I'm going to be working on that. As soon as I get back from New York Comic Con, I will be live streaming the process of interiors, which is really fun. You also do digital coloring. That's awesome. Good for you. Thank you, Sheldon. You're so sweet. Oh, hello, Sloppy. It's gonna be good to see you there. All right, need to get these lines. S Fork, thank you for the follow. Or is it just Fork? If I'm pronouncing people's Twitch names incorrectly, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm doing the best I can. It's like a whole new way of reading. Ooh, nice, Kylie. Jean Balloon, thank you for the follow. So I do have a Facebook page and an Instagram account, and I will post on those. Hopefully, generally, I try to notify you via my social media before I go live on Twitch. But if you also set up your account to be notified, then you'll get a notification from Twitch when I go live. And I try to be pretty descriptive in my Twitch description for the day. And it should tell you if it's something you want to watch or not when it notifies you. So I like very soft, natural looking lips wherever I can get away with it. So of course there are some characters like Lady Death who I draw very often, and it's part of her character to have bright red, blood red lips, right? Or Vampirella, or characters like that. In general, they have a predetermined lip shade. For characters where it isn't like that, where the lip shade is very predetermined and it's the color, it's part of her outfit basically that she has red lips. Where I can, I prefer to do just very basic, natural looking lip tone. Why would someone not watch? You guys are so kind. Thank you so much, Gabriel. Thank you, all of you guys, for your support and kindness. It really, really means a lot. I do like the nude lip. With maybe a little bit of a white shine to make it look glossy. So I leave the top lip in pencil wherever I can, is the point I was trying to get at. I love you too, Kylie. Thank you, Lee. Are you serious, David? I'm so sorry. I'm trying to decide. I actually might need to black in her hair. I wish I had a darker brown of the... Yeah, I don't have like a sable. I do have a sable in microns, but I don't think that they work with... They don't work with Copic. Oh, we're going for a drive. All right, Juan, drive safe. Really? Twitch doesn't tell you anything? That's so bizarre. You know, you might have to like set the Twitch notifications again or something. this is too thin. You're taking us with you? Okay, just drive safe, Juan. Oh, hello, Shane. Yeah, we sure are this time. Let me take a peek outside if it's still... Yep, the snow's still coming down. Oh, wow. 93. That's so hot. Oh. Yeah, I went and checked the weather for New York, and it's going to be really warm when we're there. I was very unprepared last time I went to New York Comic Con. I did not bring summery enough clothes. So this time I learned my lesson and I'm looking in advance because it's really hard to tell. Like I've done New York Comic Con like 5 times or something like that, and every time it's either feels like summer or is really like chilly, windy, almost like Chicago style. Chicago in the spring where it's super windy and cold. I'm sure there's people on this stream from New York and you can tell me I'm wrong, but like sometimes I feel like October weather is like for real feels like fall, but the last 2 times it's gonna have been very hot. And where are you, Lee? Corpus Christi. Ah, okay. I still haven't seen that for Calgary where it snowed every month of the year. I know it's happened, but I haven't seen it yet. Good night, Anthony. Have a good night's sleep. Dibs on the Dominica Dark Goddess issue whenever that is. Okay, Kylie. It'll be sometime next year, I think. Have to get issue 5 done first, and then I'm pretty much, I think, gonna move right into issue 6. Do a few covers, get back. You're such a sweetheart, Kylie. Oh, that's great. What's bad? Oh, wannabe cowboys. No, 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 no. Oh, is she? Well, that's great. As long as it's not looking like me, I'm happy. Vampirella doesn't have a beard. True story. Oh, that's awesome, Jirda. Jidura. Okay, thank you. Oh, Ghidorah. Is that what you mean? Sorry. good night, Juan. Have a great evening and such a good week. If you can make it, I'll see you tomorrow. Yay, you got the blessing of the Forest Lord. Whoop, whoop. Does Dan own all the albums he posts on his Insta? I think he listens to them on Spotify. So no, he doesn't actually own the albums. Some of them he buys wherever you can buy them, and then other ones he saves them from Spotify. I think. I'd need to ask him. That's one thing we do have premium on is Spotify Premium. Do you follow Dan on Instagram? Any character recommendations to color? I don't really know what you like to color. What's your general style? You just did the shadow. Oh, you do. Yay. I got a little reprimand a little while ago because I was just I was just liking on them looking at the picture, and Dad was like, you need to read what I wrote, Dawn. So then I started reading them, and they're like, I love his commentary. It's so good. Okay, Jim Lee, Mark Lamming. Nice. How about something from Watchmen? Risque Dr. Manhattan. Well, I was thinking one of the other ones. Spookzilla, hello. Oh, okay, Melvin. Thank you for so much for joining on here. This is great. And I'm sorry, I missed it. If you said hello earlier on, I'm really sorry. If anyone tries to say something to me on the stream and I missed it, please always feel free to like post again and make sure I saw your question or tag me. Oh yes, I like that. That's a good one. I think his name is Rorschach. He really is. It's true, Devin. Oh, you colored Domo's NYCC page. Oh, cool. Like you actually, so you do color work for Domo, or he gave you a page to color for fun, or like, what do you mean? Just learning to color stuff. Autodesk sketchbook. Oh, interesting. Well, that's awesome. And it's so good to like get going and, you know, just, I think most people are self-taught and they just kind of start, you know, it all starts with an interest. And if you are able to put the time in to get that practice, then, you know, there's no telling what you could do with it. No, Dan is cooking dinner. And it's yummy spaghetti. Actually, dinner's gonna be ready in about 2 minutes. I kind of lost track of the time. You guys are just so much fun to hang out with. Mentor artist person in the wings. Whoop whoop. So I'm kind of really blowing through the color, the inking of her hair here. Antifreeze, thank you so much for the follow. And, you know, this is not as much time or attention that I would put into, say, hair for cover art, but I do tend to sometimes overthink it for cover art, so maybe this is better? I don't know. Anyway, this is a lot faster than I go through hair usually. But I'm happy with it. And then kind of once I've done a bit more of the actual coloring, I'll see the form of her hair, and sometimes I'll add strands coming out here or there to kind of give it a little bit less of the like many pure locks. I like to pull out little strands of hair that just come out in random places. So I may even have a orange tone. Yes, I do. So I'll probably use this to kind of pull out some little strands here and there so that her hair looks a little bit more natural, because of course there's always little stray hairs hanging out when you've got this much hair and you're laying down flat like this. Not all of it would it be in these pure little locks. But I'll use a jelly roll or something to kind of pull them out from the pack. Oh, I just missed someone who followed me. Thank you so much. We can raid Crease today, or Zoomy Draws, either of them. Because it's pretty much time for me to go. So my plan is, hopefully, Crease? Alright, we'll raid Crease. So my plan right now is to wrap up the inks of this tomorrow before going live. And then I'll go live probably in the afternoon to work on the colors a bit more. So a little earlier in the afternoon than I did today. But I'll keep you all posted. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to be notified as to when I'll be going live, or hopefully Twitch will notify you guys as well. Oh, thank you all so much for being here. It has been not earlier. I'm sorry, Kylie. It has been so much fun. A lot got done today, which I'm really happy about. Don't worry, I am aware that she does have a spider right here. I might do that at the very end. I'm gonna go have some dinner, and let's go raid Crease. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much to all the new follows. I appreciate it a ton. There will be lots more art coming your way very soon. Interiors, covers, commissions. We do it all over here in these here parts. Thank you all so much. Let's raid Crease. Crease. No, it's 3 E's. I always forget. Art. Nope, I did it wrong. Shit. How do you do it again? Raid. Ah, someone help me. Raid. Am I doing it wrong again? Yep, I'm doing it wrong again. God damn it. Alright, I know. I just need to look it up. How to raid on Twitch. I hate that I have to do it again. Oh, it's /. I'm sorry, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. CREEESART. Thank you, Alexandre. Let's go raid Kreese. Give him lots of love. I'm imagining he's preparing for New York Comic Con as well. So he is an incredible artist. I've gotten the opportunity to meet him a few times at shows. He is way cool. And let's go give him lots of love. And thank you all again. I love you guys. You're amazing. It's been great to hang out with you. Mwah. See you later. Let's raid.